Okay, so here it says we're going to roll a fair six-sided die. And part A asks us, what's the probability that the die shows an odd number or a number less than 3 on top? Odd number or a number less than 3. Okay, and there's a couple ways we can do this. One is we can list out all of the possible outcomes, and for a fair die it's not too bad because there's only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can see which numbers qualify as being odd or less than 3. Okay, so odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5, and numbers less than 3 also include 2. So out of this we have a total, the probability of odd or less than 3 is equal to 4 out of 6, or 2/3, or 0.667. Okay. The other way is we could use the probability rules. Okay, and in this case we have to think we're going to do odd, probability of being odd, plus the probability of being less than 3, okay, minus any overlap, okay, minus being probability of odd and less than 3. Okay, a number less than 3. So in this case, the probability of being odd, that's going to be out of the 6 numbers, 3 of the numbers are odd. 1, 3, and 5. We have 3 numbers that are odd, plus the probability of being less than 3. Okay, there's only 2 numbers that are less than 3, 1 and 2. So we're going to do 2 out of 6. But then we have to subtract off any odd numbers that are less than 3. Okay, so here we have 2 numbers that are less than 3, but only one of them is odd. That's the 1. Okay, so we're going to subtract off 1 out of 6, and so indeed, if we do 3, 6 plus 2, 6 minus 1, 6, we get 4/6, which is equal to 2/3, which again is 0.667. So there's 2 ways to solve part A. Okay, it seems like this way was easier, but that's only because there's 6 possible outcomes. Sometimes you have a whole bunch of outcomes, and using the formula like this is much easier. Alright, in the next problem it says, what's the probability that the die shows an odd number or a number less than 2 on top? Okay, probability that the die shows an odd number or a number less than 2. Probability of odd or probability that the number is less than 2. Okay, so again, one way is we could list off all the possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we look at 1, 3, and 5. Those are the odd numbers. And the only number that's less than 2 is a 1. Okay, and so we would double count that. And so probability of being odd or less than 2 is just going to be, give us 3 out of 6, or 1/2. Again, we can use this breakdown. So that would be the probability of being odd plus the probability of being less than 2 minus any overlap. So probability of being odd and less than 2. Okay, so there's 3 out of 6 that are odd, 1 out of 6 that is less than 2, and any odd numbers that are less than 2, well, there's only one number that's odd and less than 2. So again, we have 3/6 plus 1/6 minus 1/6, which again gives me 3/6, or 1/2, or probability of 0.5, which matches what we got before.